Hi, and welcome to Angie's Tasty Tuesday, brought to you by Transition Nutrition and Fitness Coaching. I'm Angie, and I'm here every Tuesday to bring you a new and delicious whole food, plant-based recipe that you can incorporate into your family's weekly menu. Today, we're going to be focusing on lentil meatballs. So let's get started. So this recipe does call for cooked and cooled brown lentils, 1.5 cups. So I did cook those yesterday and cooled them overnight, and I have my 1.5 cups of brown, and you want to use the brown because they stay firmer, cooked and cooled lentils. They were cooked 1 cup of dried lentils to 3 cups of unsalted vegetable stock. The other things I've made ahead today are I went ahead and made my spaghetti noodles that I'm going to put on the bottom underneath my meatballs when they're done, and from episode 20, the marinara sauce to go on top with the meatballs. Those things I made ahead. The edamame noodles I like to use are these organic spaghetti edamame noodles. They cook very quickly, but they stay firm and hold up nice after they're done. So we're going to start with our food processor, and our first ingredient that we're going to put in are going to be our lentils. Like I said, I have 1.5 cups of cooked brown lentils. They've been cooked and drained and chilled. I have 1 flax egg, which I made ahead of time, which is 1 tablespoon of ground flax, and I put 2.5 tablespoons of water, and you let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes until it gets nice and goopy, like an egg. That's going to be our binder. I have 1 minced shallot and 3 cloves of minced garlic. That's 1/2 tablespoon of dried basil, 1/8 cup of dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of Benson's Table Tasty salt substitute, and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I use the 100% organic, no sugar added tomato paste. And we're going to process all of this until it's a nice hamburger-like texture in the food processor. All right, now I like to remove the blade, and I'll show you. You want to pulse it, sorry for the noise, until it just looks like ground hamburger. You don't want to make it pureed. You don't want to over process it. And now we're going to stir in 5 tablespoons of whole wheat panko breadcrumbs with a spoon, because we don't want to process the breadcrumbs. We're going to mix that all up until it looks like a type of a meatloaf consistency. And then we'll start making our meatballs. Now that we have the breadcrumbs all stirred in, we're going to use a mini muffin tin to cook our meatballs in. And this tip is so good, and I can't remember where I got it, but I know when have done them before in a cookie sheet, you go to pull them out to turn them, you can't get them to turn, they're rolling all over the place. This holds each little ball in its place, and you can quickly turn them. You're going to turn them every 10 minutes and cook them, bake them for 30 minutes. I've already preheated the oven to 375. I'm using a Pampered Chef small cookie scoop, and you're just going to take the scoop, plop it in your hand, roll it around into a little ball, and place it in one of the little holes for the cookie sheet. So when I have these all set up, we'll be right back. So as you can see, I got 16 1-inch lentil meatballs. I'm going to pop them in the oven, like I said, for 30 minutes at 375, and you're going to turn them one little rotation every 10 minutes. Now, when they come out of the oven, you want to let them completely cool before you add them to whatever you're going to make, whether it's spaghetti sauce or goulash or any other dish, or they will fall apart. But if you let them cool, they really firm up and harden up as they cool. So we're going to pop these in the oven, and we'll be right back with a mindful moment. Now, what works as a stress release for me may not work for you. Everybody has their own individual needs when it comes to how they calm themselves and relax, or what practice you put in place to help you lead an attitude of gratitude life. I have gone to the dollar store, and I pick up these little journals, And I just either have a book that has inspirational stories or quotes in it. I read one section each day, and then I'll write about what it makes me feel and how I could incorporate those positive attributes into my own life. You could also find an inspirational quotes page. I love this one by Maya Angelou. It says, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the change it has gone through to achieve that beauty." So love yourself, love the change, embrace the journey. Don't look at that number on the scale as your own value or what you're worth. Just know that you're working to make yourself the healthiest and give yourself the best chance at the happiest and healthiest life that you can have. I like to write down all of the things I'm grateful for. I try to do at least 10 things a day. Some examples are the fact that my husband went to the mall with me yesterday because I didn't feel like driving, and he took me and walked in with me and I didn't have to drive. Or the fact that I saw 5 deer in the backyard eating from the bird feeders, and one had a hurt hoof. And I marveled at the fact that the perseverance that the deer just kept going, and the other deer hung with them even though they were injured. They didn't just lay down and give up. So it taught me about perseverance in nature. I try to find the beauty in the snow or the beauty in the green grass or flowers. Surround yourself with fresh fruit, anything that helps you have a positive attitude, because that keeps us focused on our own progress and our own positivity, and it takes away all the clutter that can so easily burden us and lead us to anxiety. So I hope you enjoyed today's mindful moment, and please feel free in share in the comments what you like to do for your mindful moments. Everybody has different ideas, and we can all benefit from what each other does. So I look forward to seeing you comment to tell me what your mindful moments look like and what you use to de-stress and relax each day.
You're bleeding.
So here, as you can see, we have our finished meatballs fresh out of the oven. And like I said, you want to let them cool completely before you try to remove them, or they will fall apart. So as soon as they're cool, we'll get them plated with the marinara sauce and the pasta, and we'll be right back. So here we have our lentil meatballs on a bed of edamame pasta with our marinara sauce and a little sprinkle of nutritional yeast. Makes for a beautiful presentation and a delicious dinner that's also nutritious. I hope you and your family will enjoy this as much as we do. I would ask if you could do me a little bit of favor, and that is to go to the survey in the link below and take about 5 minutes to answer the questions so that I can really tailor my channel to meet your needs, because I want this to be your channel. It's in the link below. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and also my webpage and Twitter. You can follow me. Those links are in the description below as well. I also just sent out my newsletter this week. If you're not signed up to get it, you should be able to see it on either my website or on the Facebook group page. Now, if you like these videos, remember you can see more of them here and here. And please hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. And remember, until next time, plants are the best medicine.